talk about the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. So when are we going to see that next trailer for the game? Because the first trailer was technically just a teaser. We didn't really see much. We just know that the game is coming out this year, which was in the leaks, which is pretty cool, and I'm very excited that we're getting this game this year. I'm so hyped, guys. Let me know, are you guys hyped? And on top of that, when is it specifically coming out? Because we know it's 2026, but we don't know the specific date just yet. You can see the Nintendo 64 Classic returns for a new generation in 2026, reborn exclusively for the Switch 2, which I think the reborn is a very important word right there, because what I have been told is that this game is going to be completely rebuilt, like it's Ocarina of Time overall, but everything about this game apparently has been rebuilt, which is fantastic, as it should, you know, if it's a full-on remake. But I feel like a lot of times in the past we've seen remakes where, yeah, it is, I guess, remade, but not to the extent of almost feeling just completely brand new. So this game should feel brand new as far as the controls, probably new features and stuff added to the game, maybe a little bit more storyline here and there. Right before we hop into it, please subscribe to the channel to help me reach my goal of 9,000 subscribers. We are so close, guys, so any support goes such a long way. Let's see if we can hit today's sub goal of 10 subscribers. Let's get right into it. All right, so I do think we will have a whole direct or some sort of treehouse. I don't know which one they're going to go with, but some sort of a big announcement where they will be showing off this game in its entirety. Well, not entirety, I mean like just, you know, a like 90-minute presents all about the Ocarina of Time remake. Now, this would show off a lot of gameplay, a lot of the new mechanics, the new features and stuff. Obviously, we'd see a lot more of the new graphics, because obviously Link looks a lot different than in the original Ocarina of Time game, or even the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time. Like, it's a big difference, it's a big upgrade, which I feel like I've seen most people be happy about this. I have heard some complaints about the art style and the graphics of what we have seen so far. Let me know, do you guys think this looks good or do you not like it? I actually like it, and you know, we haven't seen much of the actual game yet, so I feel like it's a little early to really judge if it's going to be like amazing or if it's going to be terrible yet as far as the graphic style goes. But I am actually glad it's not, you know, Breath of the Wild or the Tears of the Kingdom graphics, because I love those graphics. I think those games look fantastic, but I'm just glad that they're doing something a little bit different and not just going with something that they already know works well and they already know that fans love, if that makes any sense. So I would say probably this summer we could be getting a big whole gameplay rundown and breakdown explanation and stuff of like why we should be getting this game, like why is it worth it for us to play Ocarina of Time technically for the third time. I mean, a lot of people have not played this game before, so there's gonna be a lot of new players to it, which is very cool. And debatably, Zelda is probably bigger than it was when they released this game on the 3DS. I feel like Breath of the Wild and, you know, Tears of the Kingdom have almost pushed Zelda to a new high. Like, Zelda was already extremely popular, but I feel like it's even more so than what it was beforehand, which is great. I'm all for that. And it is the 40th anniversary of Zelda. Remember that, guys. So we're gonna get the movie next year, and then this is probably like the big game that they're doing for that 40th anniversary, which I honestly think is pretty fitting because Tears of the Kingdom isn't that old, and obviously we weren't gonna be getting some sort of like ginormous game to the level of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom this soon after the release of Tears of the Kingdom. That's probably still going to be a couple years away if I had to take a wild guess, but so this is part of that celebration, and they typically do announce the celebration stuff of Zelda games or just the Zelda anniversary and stuff during the summertime. So that's why I think we're going to get some sort of new direct or treehouse solely based on the Ocarina of Time remake. I would say probably not June. I would say this is more so going to be July or August. And I feel like that's also going to reveal the release date for this game, which I think is going to be probably October, is my main and biggest guess. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly why I think it's October. First of all, I just think October fits well with Zelda for some reason. I feel like it's just a good month to match with Zelda. But also, GTA 6 is coming out in November. And now I know this sounds so dumb because I was one of those people that was just disagreeing with this. I thought this was a crazy claim to make, but GTA 6 probably is taking over a lot of video game releases. We are seeing so many different companies out there dropping their games in like September, some in October. We have even seen some delay their games from 2026 to 2027, which I don't know if Winds and Waves is in that scenario because Pokemon games typically do drop in November. So, you know, Winds and Waves could have been delayed for that reason, but I feel like there's probably more besides that, you know what I'm saying, for Pokemon. But anyways, with the Ocarina of Time remake, I do think they're going to drop it around the end of this year, so it could be November. I mean, I honestly do think this game is so different from GTA 6, and it's a whole new, I guess, realm of games. So I feel like if this game were to drop in November, I genuinely don't think it would really affect the overall sales that much, especially since, it's the holiday, we have Christmas and stuff, so I feel like people are going to be wanting this for the holiday season, for Christmas, and the sales will definitely get a boost there. So even if it's October or November, or even, who knows, could be a December release, I just don't think they're going to drop it that late in the year, but it is definitely possible. I do think GTA 6 is going to be very big, and honestly could maybe disrupt a lot of other games, but Nintendo is different. Nintendo has a different level of hype, so GTA 6 and a Nintendo game could drop within the same, week or 2 weeks, or obviously month, and it would probably do just fine. Probably the biggest game coming out this year as far as Nintendo goes, even though it is a remake, I think people are really, really hyped about this because, I mean, it is Zelda, bro. Zelda is massive. We don't have a Mario game coming out this year for new 3D Mario. We don't have another Smash Bros. Game, which I do think those things are going to be announced next year, or at least a 3D Mario game. 3D Mario game, like, it's got to be announced in 2027 and probably dropping in 2027 as well. I really do think the next year of the Switch 2 and all the games is going to be different too. Like, I think we're going to even have a better year in 2027 than 2026. A lot of people are very upset about that Nintendo Direct and just the games that we're getting on the Switch 2 this year, but honestly, I'm kind of good with it. I feel like we're getting some pretty solid games, and it's giving us more room to breathe and to play other games. Because Star Fox, for example, I haven't really touched many Star Fox games, and the ones that I have touched, I haven't put much time into. So I'm excited for that game because not having like an overwhelming amount of like other huge, ginormous titles that I like need to play allows me to have time to play other games. And of course, when the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake drops, I'm probably going to be getting this day one and probably going to grind it out over a weekend or something like that. And I feel like most of you guys watching this also are going to do the same thing. I'm just really curious to see how this game is going to perform as well, because if this game performs well, we could probably start to see them drop other remakes of other Zelda games, like Twilight Princess or something, or I don't know, Minish Cap, literally any Zelda game that they haven't really touched on in a while. And I think that'd be great news. I really do think that'd be great news, as long as I keep doing them right, because what I've heard from Ocarina of Time Remake is that they have really made sure this game is going to be good, and they've really put a lot of effort and time into this remake, so it should be a thoroughly built game. And like I've said a million times, I'm just really excited about it because I feel like there's going to be a lot of just, I guess, quality of life upgrades within this game. I'm hoping for more content, like additional content that doesn't take away from the overall storyline, but just kind of, adds to it or gives us more to do. I'm just glad they did announce it. I'm a little disappointed that the trailer was just more of a teaser and like we didn't really get any gameplay at all, but at least it's announced and at least it's coming out this year, guys, because we are constantly seeing games being announced and not releasing for like a whole year. So regardless of whenever this game comes out, we're already halfway through this year, so it's going to come out within the next 6 months. So we're not going to have to wait that long, and obviously it's going to be sooner than that 6 months because I just don't see it dropping in like December or anything like that. So I'm sure we're going to get little bits and pieces, maybe Nintendo kind of hyping this thing up a little bit until that next direct or treehouse or presentation, whatever they do for the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And of course, when we do have that announced, I will tell you guys and I'll let you guys know all the information that you need to know. But I would say as of right now, this is probably all you need to know about the game. We don't know the official release date. We could assume when it's going to happen, and we're definitely going to be getting a whole on presentation about it because we've been getting those for pretty much every big title recently. Anyway, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.